mija. Yeah. Yeah, mija.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live. You're on the right side of the screen here, the best show on the internet for you by us, Bro Talk. We're always on the mark. It's your man, Jason. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Sorry we're running a little behind. I forgot to do my job today, but we're going to keep it moving. What up, Dex?
Dexter stuck it here. Super excited to be here. My lighting is now not working, and it was working perfectly before we got on, but that's neither here nor there. I had a question, really. You guys know I start off with a personal story. So lately I've been juicing. Well, today's my first day juicing.
Like steroids?
No, like pressed juices. Like I'm making my own.
I thought you were trying to get buff for your wedding. That's what they call it.
I'm trying to get skinny for the wedding. I want to be like the rest of y'all.
Bill, say your line, Bill. What's better than being skinny?
Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing as good as being skinny feels. I don't gotta like it, but it's the double truth, Ruth.
Well, sometime I'm going to be skinny. So anyway, I started juicing. So I went to the grocery store today and I found myself in the frozen food section. Like I didn't get anything frozen to juice, but I was in that frozen food section and I noticed that they had broccoli in a frozen bag with cheese on it. And I remember when I was younger, my mom would put cheese on top of broccoli so that we would eat our vegetables. Are y'all still doing that now with y'all big ages?
I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry. Where'd you see that?
In the grocery store. It's a blue bag and it's broccoli and it's broccoli and cheese. And I was shocked because people shouldn't be doing that.
So you mean to tell me that people like
grown adults are eating broccoli with cheese on it? We used to do it when we were kids because your mom would eat your vegetables.
Eating broccoli. Broccoli is not even a real vegetable. Like why do people eat broccoli? Broccoli is not a real vegetable.
Well, that definitely
broccoli is a real. Can we stop this? Broccoli is as real as corn, Bill. Corn isn't real.
Jason, you eat out the can, don't you? Like you eat meat out the can. Like you're one of those.
You don't have a microwave. I don't know where you think you can get off of saying that.
My home,
absolutely.
Don't.
William, welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, how are you? Cranky.
Great. Jason, we just found out Jason eats meat out of a can. Dex eats meat. I don't know what the world is coming to.
I think most of us eat broccoli.
Oh, okay.
Do you eat broccoli?
Broccoli is not a real vegetable. Neither is cauliflower. Like they're just not real vegetables.
So what are the real vegetables? Let's go down the list of the actual vegetables.
Cabbage is a real vegetable. Collard greens is actually cauliflower is like a hybrid of cabbage and something else. Something ridiculous.
A hybrid of collie and flour. Is that what you were about to say? Is that what you were seriously about to say? On Algorithm internet.
Jason, I think already, like, remember I was like, I drank a little bit and it might be kicking in for me. I swear I just read a status. I mean, I was reading the comments and I saw something that said it's the pronouns at the bottom for me. And I swore it said something totally different.
What did you think it said?
I thought she was talking that.
What you thought he was called?
When it says the pronouns at the bottom, and I thought it. Never mind.
Tyler God, how are you, sir? Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, it looks like I came in on a pretty weird discussion, so I decided not to.
Yes, very strange.
Oh,
we were 10 minutes late. Apparently, that's 10 minutes. Shakima feels like she can't get back.
That's 10 minutes closer to God. Should be all right.
That's okay.
Welcome to the
10
show,
minutes is just okay. Sorry, y'all have my glasses, but they're all foggy. I can't even see. But anyway, I'm good to go. What's up, y'all?
We're good. Shakima also wants to make another announcement that you need to pay your bills if you're going to the Stuckey wedding.
Bills.
what? Break it down.
Hour.
Oh, Bill, your demon's happening. Early today too. Like, what's happening? You just came up. Like, you just restarted your computer. Shout out to Curtis. What up, Curtis?
I cannot get the glasses clean. Like, what is
thank you everybody for tuning in. Anything else that needs to be said before we move? Oh, last week we left you on this note.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie.
I'm not Fish. I'm Guppy. Shout out to Guppy right over there.
Say
hi to Guppy, everybody. Hi, Guppy.
You paid $9 for that?
Okay. John, you should have went with that 35-cent fish.
Comfort here.
Yes, Guppy passed away. If you didn't make it to the end of last week's show, I don't blame you not for making it to the end of any of our shows because they're all ridiculous. I don't blame you for not listening for more than 5 seconds. But yeah, Guppy passed away. So we are looking for new fishes. If you have any recommendations for fishes that'll live longer than 8 months,
You need to leave them alone.
what you mean leave them alone?
They didn't do that.
You may as well be SeaWorld.
8 months is a long time to keep a goldfish. I was that goldfish for Halloween.
Long time for
Excuse me. Does anybody here know how long goldfish stay in captivity alive?
Do you know how long they live if they live with anyone but Jason?
Forever, they'll never die.
So yeah, Guppy had a diagnosed, stomach ailment.
Oh, you took it to the hospital?
Look, we tried to save it.
Lying. That boy's lying.
So yeah, I tried to I still have his tank full. Like I haven't emptied his tank.
Oh,
but
so thankful for you.
yeah, I'm so sad I can't do it.
Question:
But, like
when you get a new one, are you gonna name it Guppy?
Guppy 3, of course.
Yeah.
3. We're only at 3. So they say to feed it peas like when they're not feeling well. So it's like 6 peas at the bottom of it, and they're just like mummified right now. It's disgusting. I had to clean it up. Maybe too much information. But yeah, rest in peace to Guppy. Curtis said they could live 10 to 15 years according to Google.
And Jason's only lived 8 months, and that's the second one. So what that tell you? He's
The funny thing is that my daughter, like, I told her that, like, she wasn't sad at all this time. Like, your daughter. First time she was devastated. This time she looked at it. She said, "I said, Guppy's gone." She was like, "He's not moving." I said, "Yeah, he's not moving."
It's in the DNA.
Do you remember when you killed your first bird?
Hold on. Let me finish it. And so she saw it and she was like, "I don't want Guppy anymore." I was like, "That's what I'm talking about. Good job." And I was able to flush it with no interference, resistance, anything like that. So it was a great experience. We will look forward to getting another fish.
I pray you don't.
All right. We also want to say rest in peace to DMX. He died Friday after we spent a good deal of the show last week kind of remembering DMX. Kind of could see it coming. But according to a statement from his family, he passed away at White Plains Hospital in White Plains, New York. He had been on life support for the past few days following a heart attack. 50 years old is how old DMX was. They released the following statement. "We are deeply saddened to announce today that our loved one, DMX, Earl Simmons, passed away at 50 years old with his family by his side after being placed on life support for the past few days. Earl was a warrior who fought to the very end. He loved his family with all his heart, and we cherish the times we spent with him." And it finished with saying we will share information about his memorial service once details are finalized. Still haven't gotten really anything about that, not rushing them or anything like that. They also decided a couple of days later to release this additional statement because some rumors were going around apparently that Beyonce and Jay-Z had bought his catalog and was gifting it to his children for free. And it was, people just make up stuff. Like, I don't know where that story came from, but that was the story. And so they decided to address that, saying there have been a few rumors following our loved one Earl Simmons passing that we would like to clear up. No one has bought Earl's Masters. Additionally, we are not selling any merch or raising money for Earl's funeral. If anyone is requesting for money for his funeral, please be aware that person is a scammer. We have enough money, end quote. We will keep the public posted on funeral/memorial service arrangements. So there is that. Rest in peace to DMX. Any final thoughts to, memorialize DMX or eulogize the legend?
I actually do want to tell a story. Can I tell a
Go
story?
ahead. You got a story about DMX?
So I do. So years ago, there were so a lot of my cousin is like a celebrity singer or whatever. And years ago, they were invited. It was her and several artists. They were invited to go to this hospital up in New York. I think it was Mount Sinai. I can't remember what hospital. To like do gifts and spend time with children. The only two artists that showed up was her and DMX. And DMX was so,
like her, the singer, or her as in your cousin?
No, her, my cousin. I don't think.
I thought you was like the singer. Her. You gotta be
she wasn't on the scene at the time. And they were the only two artists that had showed up. And DMX spent a great deal of his time, not just like genuinely interacting and enjoying the presence of those children. DMX really, really, really left an indelible mark on music and in the world. He'll be missed.
Amen. All right.
Well, I have a story about DMX, and I was personally there. Like the last time I saw him in like the Bad Boy reunion concert, which I think was an amazing one. I will never forget DMX coming out, and like literally the crowd lost it. I think that one of the things a lot of us can say about DMX is that we truly gave him his flowers while he was still here, and I think that helped me like kind of sleep at night with this whole situation. And he will be greatly missed.
Yeah, for sure. DMX was one of those people like he had his time, and then like he and everyone else knew that his time was over, and he didn't like actually try to come back. Like it's not like 50 Cent where he's still releasing singles and stuff like that. Like he did Lord Give Me a Sign, but it's not like we didn't feel like DMX wasn't securing his career. Like it seemed like he was proud of what he did, and he was ready to move on to the next phase of life.
And he gave us a Christmas anthem with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Let's not forget.
They want to know, who is your cousin, Bill? Can't say. Okay. Amen. Little Uzi Vert? No. Okay. And now the return of America gets so much better. With the return of America, the 2021 Killing Edition. Apparently it's hunting season again for the cops in America. We're still trying to clean up from last year. Case in point, the Derek Chauvin trial is supposed to wrap up this week. But last we heard, we were still debating whether or not George Floyd was actually suffocated to death, or if he had COVID somehow, or a myriad of other reasons. Here is a pulmonary expert. His name is Dr. Martin Tobin. Basically says, yeah, he was choked to death.
Mr. Floyd died from a low level of oxygen, and this caused damage to his brain that we see, and it also caused a PEA arrhythmia that caused his heart to stop. Officer Chauvin's left knee is virtually on the neck for the vast majority of the time. And when you say vast majority, are you able to be more specific? It's more than 90% of the time in my calculations. There's certain times where it becomes difficult because you don't get a good view.
Wow. 90% of the time he was on the floor, that knee was being driven into his neck. He continued.
When you begin to breathe with your rib cage and your diaphragm. The next thing you recruit after that is your sternomastoid muscle, which is the big muscle in your neck. And then when those are wasted up, then you're relying on these types of muscles, like your fingers, to try and stabilize your whole right side, because he's totally dependent on getting air into the right side. So he's using his fingers and his knuckles against the street to try and crank up the right side of his chest. This is his only way to try and get air to get into the right lung.
Craziness. So before we get to this next story, because we already know that's going to be a doozy, I can't even. I'm not combining these stories this week. We will go crazy. Before we get there, this is supposed to wrap up this week. Are you feeling good?
Am I feeling good?
Yeah. Do you have any sort of confidence that it's going to go any certain way, or are you just expecting the worst?
Expecting the worst as usual. I mean, it's just odd to even be in the situation where we're like looking at this and like hoping that like something comes out of
Literally everyone's saying the same thing. This guy murdered.
And then you turn around and then it kind of happened again. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't stop. And it's just like, yes, even if we do get a victory out of this one, we're still dealing with the same stuff and it just doesn't stop.
It's interesting. It was interesting to see them.
We're laughing because Tanea called that man Dumbledore.
Man a winkle and then called him
That
dumb.
was funny. Sorry, go ahead, Ty.
I guess Ty and I can keep some journalism
I'm
integrity.
sorry. It's part of the show.
Go ahead, Ty.
Oh, Barbara. Oh.
I didn't want people to wonder why we were laughing because we weren't laughing at the subject matter. I wanted people to know that me and Bill were cracking up over that.
Well, maybe
I'll give Ty the full screen since he wants all the attention.
No, because you want to laugh.
Right. I thought it was interesting that they did bring out experts to break it down. I mean, it was something that we all saw, and it's something I don't think it's something that we really needed to happen for us to know what happened. However, it's one of those things where you have to do everything you can possibly do to try to prove what we basically all saw. But it was a necessary thing. And they had several different experts, several different doctors, really breaking it down from several different angles, from different levels of expertise. They had even the guy who did the autopsy. I mean, but even with all those things that they did, I just don't have the strength. I think that's what it is. I just don't have the strength to get my hopes up to be let down again. And I'm honestly just preparing myself for the worst and hoping for the best, like they said.
Okay. Bill, we're not going to go there. We'll let you have this story. Now, as soon as that was over, we got video from December 5th, apparently. That was on backlog, just sitting there in the library collecting dust, waiting to be checked out with the card catalog. We got the arrest and the assault of National Guard Lieutenant Karan. I was going to say Caron, but I think it's Karan Nazario. Karan was driving his new car, just driving it around when the cops decided to put their flashers on and pull him over. Instead of pulling over in a dark, unlit portion of the road where he was at, he decided to drive down to the nearest gas station, which was like a half a mile away. He drove really slowly, according to him, and also according to the dash cam video. He was then pulled over, pepper sprayed, and arrested without explanation. We'll pick up the video here from after he was already pepper sprayed.
What are you, a specialist, Corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. If you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am, is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on.
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going on?
ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? It's really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sir, well, just
This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
You hear that last part, you know this is effed up. That happened in Virginia, town of Windsor, and the town of Windsor Police Department released this statement saying the pursuit and ultimate stop resulted in the use of pepper spray against Lieutenant Nazario by Officer Gutierrez. As a result of this use of force, department policy requires an internal investigation. The investigation of this event began immediately. At the conclusion of this investigation, it was determined that Windsor Police Department policy was not followed. This resulted in disciplinary action and department-wide requirements for additional training, blah, 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 blah. Since that time, Officer Gutierrez was also terminated from his employment. No actual word on when this happened, but
When
they
people
say
found out about it.
he has been fired. Bill, as someone in the military, I saw you wincing at this video, hands were on your head.
For so many reasons, right? Because I mean, I do the same thing this officer does, right? Like when I leave drill, it's usually late at night and I have my uniform on. Why? Because I know that this should serve as an extra protectorate from the police. Not even like what? Oh my God, I don't even have the freedom as a black man, as a man of color. We don't even have the freedom to be okay putting on our own clothes to go home after just serving the country, man. Like I don't know.
It's exhausting, right?
It's exhausting. I'm at a loss for words. I am tired of peaceful protesting. Like, and where are all the back the blue, and support our troops Twitter? Like, what choose ye this day? Now, whose side are you on now? Like,
yeah, I saw you put that up. It's crazy.
I mean, we know all that's fake. Like that all that's fake. Like whenever I see that disrespecting our flag, we support our troops, all that stuff is fake. It's just a way of saying we don't want black people doing certain things, and we know this as a fact. So it's just so I hate that we started the show this way because it's hard for me to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to put it in the middle of the show, so it was like
hard for me to go through this,
and then be lifted back up.
Through this, think through this, and then kind of jump back to entertaining you people. No, I'm kidding. It is kind of a difficult space to sit in because he did. There have been times where I'm driving through certain areas. I'm not in the Army or anything like that, but I'm driving through areas. And I'm like, there's no way. Like if a cop pulls up behind me, there's no way I'm stopping right here. Like there have been those times, and so for him, I felt like he was being very responsible
and
slowly into a lit area, and they didn't even care. That didn't. It's just crazy to me.
Well, for what it's worth, after they explained that to that officer Gutierrez, he did say that was a good idea and that was smart of him to do that. Like after they explained to him what, like he didn't know in the moment. I guess he thought he was fleeing at 10 miles an hour down the road, but I guess once they explained it to him, he did come on record and say that was smart, but that didn't negate anything that he did to him.
And then
people do it all the time.
Not only that, you're disrespecting somebody who clearly outranks you. You are an enlisted police officer. This man is an officer. You know that gold bar anywhere. Like you have the audacity to disrespect him. No, like I'm gonna say this. Bullies usually don't bully when they're met with equal or greater force. That's all I'm saying. I'm not inciting nothing. I'm gonna just say that. That's all I'm saying.
Shane has a very good point. The crazy part is as kids, young men are given this big fairy tale about serving their country, etc., just to face stuff like this. Shaking my head. It's sad. Yep, very sad. Yeah. And I wish I could tell you it's going to get better, but the very next day, 20-year-old Dante Wright was shot and killed by a single bullet after being stopped by Minnesota police over an expired registration tag.
You ain't going to play this video, is it?
No, I'm not going to play a video. I'm not playing any videos. After stopping him, the police discovered that there was an outstanding warrant for his arrest. More on that later. During this arrest, Dante tried to flee. He tried to wiggle out of the hold of the officer and get back in his car. After an officer threatened to tase him, shouting "taser, taser" 3 times before shooting him and then saying, "Oh, I just shot him." Yeah. He shot him. Dante then goes down the road for a couple of more miles, not miles, sorry, blocks, before hitting another vehicle and just bleeding out in front of his girlfriend, who was in the passenger seat. The Hennepin medical examiner said Monday evening that he died of a gunshot wound to the chest and classified his death as a homicide. So if you go back to this picture, it would be that top hand there probably is the one that was holding the gun that killed him, not the person that shot at his leg. But yeah, 2 guns actually were on him. So yeah, one person saying they had a taser, the other person had a gun. So what are you saying? Protests to the killings started. Well, not the killings. The killing started almost immediately, with police, of course, in full riot gear to combat the protesters. They also shot rubber bullets
on January the 6th when them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, none of that. And there was no militarization of the police then. They shot these rubber bullets at people. One guy got hit in the head, had a blood wound in his head. So yeah, it was, like every other.
You couldn't get these neo-Nazis who were literally storming down the Capitol door and trying to overturn a democracy. But you, who are supposed to be a 20-year plus veteran of the police force, you couldn't tell the difference between a goddamn gun and a taser. And I'm sure, as all police officers' weapons do, on your weapon, you had a safety. So you had to click the safety off. And you did not chamber a round, which means you already had a round chambered in the gun. You already had one ready for him to go. Tell me somebody.
Well, the local police chief thinks differently.
As I watch the video and listen to the officer's commands, it is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet. This appears to me, from what I viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright.
Accidental discharge? Do you know how accidental discharges happen? Negligence. That means she's guilty of homicide. Like, where?
26-year veteran.
What kind? That's the first thing you learn in weapon safety. I carried around an M16 loaded for 8 months. Nobody was accidentally shot. How many military buddies of mine accidentally shot somebody? You want to know how many? Zero, because you don't accidentally discharge a goddamn weapon. That's negligence, which means you did it on purpose.
Then the police chief, that's who that guy was, the local police chief. Then he got a little sad.
I'm the leader of this department. They expect me to lead.
So just to preface this, this is all in response to someone asking him why he deployed tear gas and rubber bullets on protesters outside.
I'm the leader of this department. They expect me to lead. Create a safe city. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's it.
I hope you're not crying too.
Okay. And yeah, I'm emotional.
Guys, he's being honest.
I'm just trying to be honest. So
When
Oh, girl.
What do they call those, crocodile tears?
Crocodile tears, 100%.
There's a word for that.
Yeah,
It's crocodile
fake.
tears. Don't care about
And
that.
then it all became too much, and he just had to walk off.
Significant delay. Are you aware that there's a significant delay in getting tabs and things of this nature from the DMV? So even people who have purchased tabs are unable to get them because there's a 2 to 3 month backlog. Are you aware of that? And is your staff also aware of that? And have you made any type of recommendations to your staff to be mindful that we're in the middle of a pandemic and don't pull people over for tabs, particularly because there is a significant delay in getting those tabs from the Department of Motor Vehicles? Are you aware of that?
I am aware of
Chief
that.
Police.
I am aware of that.
Is your staff aware of that?
Yes, they are. That was the last question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor, questions are done.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask you?
So he just walks off, and then the mayor has to answer him. So they asked the mayor, why the hell did he walk off?
I do not know why the chief left. I can only speculate as to why he left at the time that he did.
Is it me, or does the chief look like Beans from Even Stevens? Like
he does.
That's what he looks like, right? Okay, not just me.
He might be.
He just left. Like he left. He did come back. They coerced him to come back, and he answered a few more questions. But yeah, ridiculous. So then Monday night, Brooklyn Center City Council, which is the governing body of the police, passed a resolution banning dangerous crowd controlling tactics, including the use of rubber bullets, tear gas, and protester kettling. 15 minutes later, that smoke is tear gas. Of course, like, it's not just smoke, it's tear gas. People are running, covering their eyes. They didn't give a damn. They did it anyway. Of course they did. So, protests get the, what are you laughing at, Bill?
I'm just,
because they don't care.
I am just so floored that they really are out here massacring our brothers, our uncles, it wasn't enough to legalize prison and lock us all the hell up. No. We're now going to massacre you, and we're going to put it on every news network so that you can be desensitized and you can see the trauma and you can live with the image in your head that every time you turn around, like you are terrorizing us. And I'm telling you, my right-handed guy, I'm not taking any more terrorism from you. Like, why do we have to suffer your white terrorism? And then when we call you on about it, you bring them raggedy ass white tears out here. We don't want your victimized tears. We don't want it. I'm telling you, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. I'm not looking to nobody. I'm sick of it. I don't want to have a conversation. Everybody, we just need to have a meaningful conversation. The hell with them conversations. It's time to stop. I'm not talking no more. I'm done talking. Light the town up. Y'all need to light that shit up. Light the town up. Go for it. They thought it was okay with the market. Light it up. No. Because think about it. These white people that started America were the bane. They were even poorer than the poor people in Britain, that they had to come start their own damn country. Y'all were the.
Y'all gotta go. We gotta go. Bree Newsom said the Brooklyn Center Police Department raised a thin blue flag above its building and then fired tear gas and rubber bullets after being ordered not to by the city government. The conversation is way beyond taser versus gun. I
have a legal note before you finish.
Go ahead.
You put the camera on. The views and opinions
of
H. Mayer are not those of other Pro Talk Live and do not reflect the show.
Such actions as defying the city council have consequences, such as the mayor displayed this morning.
As of this morning, we have the resignation. We have received a resignation, a letter from Officer Kim Porter. And in addition to that, we have also received a letter of resignation from the police chief.
Ty, you looked really confused at his pausing.
What?
His phrasing.
He just graduated. Look, he wasn't no smart. That got elevated through college. That boy is 23 years old. Also, one thing that I'll say about that does kind of bother me, though, is that she had the opportunity to resign. I do think that if you were in a situation like, you should be immediately fired.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But Ty, he can't help. You can't help where crime happens. He just happened to run for mayor in this small town in Minnesota, and the crime came to him, and now he has to deal with it. Like, it's not his fault.
He looked really like not equipped to handle what's happening right now.
He didn't think he'd be doing this.
His leadership was not ready for what is happening right now, and he looks about 50.
This is the suburbs, Ty. This isn't Minneapolis. Like, this isn't the big city. Like,
he really looks like he just graduated from college. I'm just wondering how old he is, and he looks so confused. No one's listening to him. He doesn't have any power. Like, he's not corrupt yet. I don't know what's happening.
You know what he looks like? Y'all remember when they used to do stuff like you can be principal for the day, mayor for the day? He's
about playing there, and something's actually happening. And he's like, they call the real mayor to come here.
Dragging this black
he's out here sitting. around.
He is a black leader. Like, why are we dragging him? We need to be supporting this man. What's happening?
I support him, but I don't want you under like.
And speaking of supporting, I should be supported too. I'm reading these comments, and I don't think you guys should be making comments about me.
All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think that's it. We're done with that. We'll leave on a light note there. Just dragging the mayor. We don't want to actually deal with any of this.
Here and take the hat off and
But
look
leave
serious.
it to this show to talk about these serious things that are happening in this world, but find a way. And it's not us four of them here. It's y'all in the comments. Find a way.
Y'all can't take nothing serious. Y'all can't take
Y'all gonna find the laugh. One thing about y'all gonna find the comedy in something.
I love us for real.
Then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff.
You was hating so much last week. You didn't actually watch it. You like it. You like it. He does. He likes it because he's not.
You know what the issue is? I like attention. Like that's what the problem is. Can you play it again?
No, I'm not playing it again. We're done. One for the week. We're good. There's Bitcoin and then there's Usher bucks. Because I heard this stupid story.
No.
A Las Vegas dancer who goes by the name Pisces.
What's her name?
Pisces. Has alleged that she danced all night for Usher at Sapphire in Vegas. And she was handed some Usher bucks, some monetary compensation with Usher's face on it that she thought was actual dollar bills. But you can see here, this is what she posted. It's what she was handed. Bucks with Usher.
That is really salty.
So she says, what would you ladies do if you danced all night for Usher and he threw this? So yeah, and then she said, and the money does not have a trade-in value whatsoever. Don't y'all think he should be blasted on social media for this? Do you guys think he should have been blasted on social media for this?
That's genius. First thing I want to say is City Boys up, City Girls, you're on the clock. The second thing I want to know is like, what if this is like Willy Wonka's golden ticket? Like,
they're denying it. Like the strip club saying, the strip club saying that he didn't actually do this. They said he paid money to the strippers, and this was just a couple of dollars that he threw around as like a commemorative token that they can take home as a keepsake.
Commemorative token?
I was literally going to say that. Like, did he do that as like instead of an autograph, like you dance for Usher, like you have these bucks? Like that's what I thought happened. I'm like, is this real? Because I feel like this is fake.
Because I can frame some Usher dollars. So what the hell is that?
Well, apparently they converted thousands of real dollars to tip the girls. So he apparently used them as actual dollars, but he just threw them as promotional items first, and then they turned them in, and then they gave him the real money.
Was that the herpes that he had? Is that not commemorative enough? Is that not long lasting enough? Is that
definitely alleged? He's out here giving out fake money. He will sue an internet a show that we have. He will sue us. So allegedly, to me, this is trash, and it's trash for multiple reasons. If this was Dexter Stuckey throwing out some Dexter dollars, then it's funny, like whatever. Dex dollars. This is Usher Raymond, the guy who gave us Yeah and Confessions, throwing out money as if he's Trey Songz. That means when Usher comes out with a new CD, it's gonna be like this dumbass trap music and stuff like that. Like Usher is gone, y'all.
He gave us that last year. You didn't listen to that album? It came out.
No, and that's what we're gonna get again. He thinks he's Trey Songz. Like he's done.
Dex dollars, yes, with that Z.
Team Dex, y'all need to get on it.
Come on, boys and girls, get on it.
Right next to the M&Ms. Remember?
So if you got Dex dollars, like Dex dollars or Usher bucks, would you like frame it?
If I got Dex dollars, I would frame it.
I'm only framing Dex dollars. Make that money. Don't let it make you.
Maybe we'll make Dex dollars like the new Bro Talk Award. We'll see.
Stop, because
Dex dollars coming soon.
It's going to print tomorrow. Like.
All right, moving on. The Rock is running for president, guys. He's gonna do it.
We're done.
Newsweek reported that 46% want Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as president. Then he retweeted that and said, "Not sure our founding fathers ever envisioned a 6'4", bald, tattooed, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup driving, fanny pack wearing guy joining their club. But if it ever happens,
Jason, you didn't read that right.
Yeah, I'm gonna read.
He said it like this: not sure if the founding fathers
you're reading it wrong.
Vision a 6'4", bald, tattoo, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup truck driving, fanny pack wearing guy joining their club.
You also read it wrong, Dex.
he sounds like Reverend James Cleveland.
What? Worse than The Rock.
You gotta say it more like arrogant, like I'm not sure if the founding fathers ever envisioned a 6'4", bald, tattoo, half black, half Samoan, tequila drinking, pickup driving, fanny pack wearing guy joining their club. But if you smell you jabronis, I am the people's champ, and I will be the people's president if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
That's it. You killed him. He left the show. He couldn't deal. He couldn't take it.
Listen, I'm leaving this show. I'm going to audition for Saturday Night Live. I've had enough. I'm out of here.
You are fed up. In other news, Black Lives Matter's founder is drawing some criticism under investigation for allegedly buying one too many houses, according to white people. The New York Post decided to do a little article where they chronicled 5 houses that she's bought in the last 5 years, or she's looked to purchase. Apparently, she's bought one in South LA, which is, she bought for $590,000. You can see what it looks like. It's nothing in South LA. Inglewood House is also nothing. Like, they're acting like this stuff is like, that's nothing. Then we get the Bahamas. They said she looked at that, so they're counting that because she looked at it.
Because she looked at it.
She looked at it. Then she has this home in Topanga. That's the new home. That's a nice one. She just bought that 1.4 million. That's nice. And then she bought 3 acres in Conyers, Georgia, for $415,000. So they're saying that she needs to be investigated for spending up all of our money. But the Black Lives Matter people have decided to release a statement. And they say Patrisse Cullors is the executive director of Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, also known as BLM GNF.
I ain't see that hashtag. Where'd that come from?
She serves in this role in a volunteer capacity and does not receive salary or benefits. Patrisse has received a total of $120,000 from us since the organization's inception in 2013. So this didn't come from us. The statement continues to say, to be abundantly clear, as registered as a 501c3, BLM GNF cannot and did not commit any organizational resources towards the purchase of personal property by an employee or volunteer. Any insinuation or assertion to the contrary is categorically false. Patrice's
if it doesn't have that in it, then it's not a real statement. Categorically false.
They basically said people are trying to come at her. All Black activists know that these malicious actions are meant to instill the fear of being silenced. We have seen this tactic time and time again, but our movement will not be silenced.
That's right.
End quote. So there you go.
Where was it prior to Black Lives Matter Global LMNOP?
She has a New York bestseller under her book, and she did sign a distribution deal with, I think, Universal or something like that.
I've got a New York bestseller.
She's got her own money. Just because you're a founder or something doesn't mean you have to be broke. She did say that she was a Marxist, though, and she was a socialist, and she does not.
That's all of our homes.
Yeah, exactly. She did say that she did buy these homes for the less fortunate. Something came out. I don't know if she actually said this, and I saw this. I didn't actually verify it. It was like a passing thought. I didn't actually look it up for the show. But someone mentioned that she may have purchased these homes in order to house underprivileged people. Throughout the nation.
That would be cute, but I doubt it.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. But
I'm not buying that. I wouldn't take it that far.
All right. Any other comments on this, Dex? You good?
Nope. I don't got nothing to say because you already know what I think. So if I say it, people gonna start attacking me, and I'm not being.
How come we can't buy houses? That's my question. Everyone else can buy houses.
Somebody's lying, and the somebody who is lying is that damn statement you just read. Like when people get to using those really like oversized words and like they really try to like tell you what time it is or whatever, they're lying. Like y'all are lying, and this is how I know they're lying because they were like, "Well, white people said ain't no damn white people, it ain't just no white people." Y'all lying. Like something ain't right with this situation, and then it's so. At one point, people were like, well, who was Black Lives Matter? Like, who is it? Who were the founders? They was quiet as church mouses. Now these allegations come out, and y'all got time to explain. Something ain't right. Something isn't right in the buttermilk.
Somebody lying, Dex. You're right.
Black Lives Matter GNP is not affiliated.
Where'd that come from?
They're not affiliated with like Black Lives Matter, like Greater New York or Black Lives Matter.
I bet it ain't. I bet it ain't now.
They're all separate entities.
Now they should have got up all that money and snatched up them houses. I bet they ain't related.
I want my $75 back.
And the happy
non-refundable, Dex. Extremely non-refundable. Time for Q&A.
I got a question.
Sorry, we don't have time to end this. Like, we look at the time. God damn. We don't have time to play the song. Go ahead.
Officially not officiating the boys. What we going with? What's good, Jason? Come on.
Say it one more time for the podcasters.
Test dummies. We got 4 Q&A. We've got 4 different topics. Test dummies. Hustling sandwiches. Officially not officiating and the boys. Hello. Y'all.
Take your pick.
Oh God. Y'all choosing?
Hustling sandwiches is good.
All right,
Test dummy seems kind of cool too, and the boys seems cool as well.
I would the boys. I feel like that's going to be something that I can go off.
Well,
okay. Well, those are short. So, if you want to do test dummies and the boys, those are short.
But you said hustling sandwich is good though, right?
Yeah, but it's long.
That's all right. William got it. Go ahead, Will.
It's young, it's long, and it's kind of stupid, but here we go.
What? Now you can't say it's good.
It's funny though. It's funny. It's good.
What's your whole thing, guy? My husband works at an advertising company. We're struggling a bit financially because we're saving up to purchase a new apartment. So I would make sandwiches for him to take with him to work for lunch. Before we had to save, he would spend so much on lunch.
Relatable.
Is there something? All right, I'll read along. Everything was going on well, but I noticed he wouldn't respond when I asked whether he liked the sandwiches I make. But he kept asking me to make more than 2 since he was hungry. Yesterday, he came home with his friend and coworker. We sat at the dinner table and his friend brought up the sandwiches I make for my husband and how delicious they are. I thanked him. Then he said, the price was a bit much. I was confused. I asked him to explain, and he said my husband sells the sandwiches I make to his coworkers, then goes by his own lunch from the restaurant. My jaw dropped. I began arguing with him after his friend left. He said there was nothing wrong with it. I told him I will no longer be making him sandwiches if he's selling them to buy fast food. He didn't think it was acceptable of me to lash out and say I won't be making him sandwiches anymore. I was making them sandwiches I love and not to fund his actual lunch. Prepare my school dropout. Do y'all feel me? Oh my Jesus.
I don't feel you. I think that your husband is a hustler. Like that is genius. Like literally what he did is what I used to do in elementary school. Like my mom would buy me the lunch.
Your mom, it's not your wife.
Yes, but my mom would pack my lunch, and then like I wanted something else. Like I wanted what the kids were eating. They had the lunch tickets, so I would trade different pieces to get lunch tickets and stuff like that, and get what I wanted. Your husband is doing the same thing. He's not losing anything. Like if anything, he's doing the right thing. You guys aren't spending any additional money. Like you are crazy for being upset about this.
But
also,
what's crazy to me is like people are willing to pay for these sandwiches enough for him to get the lunch that he wants. That's a hell of a compliment if you ask me.
Not only that, what you should have done was got your tail back in that kitchen and made enough sandwiches so he had money to bring back home. That's what you should have done.
I know that's right. Turn a profit on them.
Turn a profit. Y'all.
This one is so nasty. You said you want to, like, you think you're better than these people who work at McDonald's. That's the problem.
By some high school dropout.
That's so
Girl.
disrespectful.
I don't like.
I would be kind of offended though if I was making my husband a sandwich. He was selling them.
No, you need to go in there and make enough sandwiches so he got to sell because the demand is clearly there. You are the supplier. It's simple economics. Y'all need to get it. Y'all need to get right.
I'm with you, Ty. Will.
Who's paying for these sandwiches? Man, see, I wouldn't pay for no sandwiches. All right, what's the next one we doing? Let's do test dummies.
Why are people so gullible? I said I wasn't getting the vaccination from jump, and we don't use that word here on this show.
Ooh.
Called me crazy. Now, J&J got a recall. Johnson & Johnson, that is. Another word we don't use. Still lined up to get the other ones. WTF, bro. I repeat, clinical trials take years, not months. Years. Y'all the test dummies. Please talk about this on Bro Talk Kings.
Ooh, he's so woke. Look, at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. I think I can kind of sum this up for all of us. We really appreciate you for watching the show, obviously, but like when it comes to this vaccination stuff, if you want to do it, you do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it. Like there's no conversation about that amongst us. Like I don't have anything besides if you want to get the shot, you get the shot. If you don't want to get it, you don't get it, and that's the end of it.
And
realistically, go ahead. Well,
I'm just going to real quick go on record and say Johnson & Johnson couldn't make baby powder right. Y'all think I'm about to let them shoot something up in my damn arm?
It's a one-shot deal.
No, I will say though, I do think that the people who did not want to get vaccinations and the people who are pro-vaccination, anti and pro-vaccination, they all agree that Johnson & Johnson was some bullshit from the beginning. Like I think everybody was on the same
I think
way.
every single person was on the same page that Johnson & Johnson was not the way to go. But that's okay because I said that's the bootleg one.
I was going to get the Johnson & Johnson one.
To be very clear, though, they said that Johnson & Johnson thing only caused like blood clots or something like that in 6 people. There are a million people who got that shot. Like, let's not be too crazy when it comes to people.
They said it's higher chance of birth control you get a stroke.
Wait, what?
They said it's a higher chance from birth control that they'll get a blood clot. I'm sorry, not stroke.
Oh.
Yeah, it was only 6 people.
Can we do that last one? Can we do the boys?
Yeah, we could do the boys. Them boys.
What's the dumbest / funniest thing you've done with the boys? Oh, my boys are married. We're not talking about that. Next.
Good looking out.
Okay.
It'll take me a minute to really think about. I mean, like my friends and I do like really.
Oh, I know the dumbest thing you've done. It involved Ty.
What?
Oh, with my foot?
Yes. That gate.
That was one of the dumbest things you've ever done.
Actually, I think one of the dumbest things
Tell a story so people who aren't in the know.
So there's two things I'll do really quickly. The first thing that when I was so active, guys, like I was really like active, like working out and stuff like that. And I invited Ty, who lived down the street from my high school, George Washington High School. He lived down the street from there. I invited him to go running with me. And Ty is really good at working out too. We were killing it, running on the tracks and stuff like that. Then it got late, and then for whatever reason, they decided to lock us in there. Like we didn't realize, well, I guess they didn't realize we were on the track, and they locked the gates. And the gates are like high, so we're like, well, we have to get out of here. I'm like, okay, well, like I'll just jump the gate. And Ty's like, actually, Ty, okay, so I climbed up to go jump the gate or whatever, and Ty pushed me over the gate, and like that's really what happened.
So what really happened is we looked around, and Dex being in the right, I'm a person to think my way out of a situation. And Dex said, well, I'm just going to climb the gate. And I said, well, I don't think that's a good idea. And he said, well, I'm just going to do it because I can get over. I did this. I've been blah, blah. I said, oh, okay, well, go ahead. So while he's climbing the gate, I'm looking around for a better and safer way out. And so as he's coming around, he hops over, he cracks his leg. I heard it. It sounded awful. So as he was doing that, I found the better way out and climbed a shorter gate and hopped over, and I drove home all legs intact, and Dex was in the cast for the next year.
and I've been like overweight since 2016. I have not been able to get the weight off. It's terrible.
You was at your peak, you Dex. Like you was fit.
And you re-broke the same leg at a concert, which is why you.
Actually, I take it back. It was 2013 when that happened, and then I re-broke the same foot in like 2015 and 16. I like this trash, y'all.
You've been fat for 8 years in a row. Jesus.
Me and Dex together. It's been a struggle.
You didn't have to say it.
So bothered.
You didn't have to say it.
You're terrible, actually.
It hit me. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. Bill, you want to close out?
Yes. Clearly, me and Jason don't do anything dumb. If you want to send us a question, www.brotalk.com, brotalklive.com/question.
Well, Jason's bachelor party was pretty wild.
Jason and Company. Jason and Company. Yo.
Well, Jason, on the bright side, at least you get to have one. At least you got to have one. I wanted to get
You don't have a bachelor party? What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm not.
Well, you're the one who flew us all the way across the world.
Corona ruined my life.
All right, you guys ready for back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how this goes.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days.
We appreciate it. I love your sound. I love your music. And speaking of sound, music, and other things, one of the big superstars of the world, Little Pimp. There he is. How's it going? Do you want to come up and say something? You want to? Come on. Little Pump. Come on. Come on up here. Come on up here. Does everyone know who he is? Do you know how big he is? Come on up here. It's a nice hat. Come on, say something.
Hello, everybody. How you guys feeling? I come here to say, Mr. President, I appreciate everything you've done for our country. You brought the troops home, and you're doing the right thing. MAGA 2020. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. And do not vote for Sleepy Joe at all.
The drugs were drugging.
They said that didn't age well at all.
The drugs were drugging. Oh my god,
Jason. I'm gonna take a guess that was 2022.
2022 in the future.
2020. Sorry.
In a related story, I think he's back in Mexico now, isn't he?
Bill,
what?
He got deported. Didn't he?
And I'm gonna move myself right to the bottom.
No, put me at the. Now I want to be at the bottom. Put me down there. I don't want to be on the screen.
He didn't get.
I love that he called him Little Pimp.
Do you want to be a bottom, Dex?
I'm about to leave again. If you do it again, you can get your voice.
Right, moving on. More heartwarming.
Jesus,
that's extremely inappropriate. More heartwarming. Here we go. Which DMX tribute was more heartwarming, A or B? Here goes a letter A.
I need a goddamn picture. Melissa, give me a goddamn picture. I gotta get a goddamn picture. I made a whole goddamn U-turn. Melissa, give me a goddamn picture. Goddamn. What these bitches want from a nigga, motherfucker, we still ain't figured out. Oh shit, this shit getting out of hand. Melissa, I gotta get my picture with DMX. I made a U-turn in the GT. I said, that's good. Wait a minute, but listen to this shit. Get the whole goddamn thing, Melissa. Hold on. This shit getting out of hand, girl.
What's up with that face?
You got me? Thank you! My nigga got Kevin. I fuck with you, DMX. I'm so excited!
Wasn't that heartwarming?
Yeah, it like makes me want to cry. Like that was nice.
That was very nice, very sweet. Bill, why you look like that? What's wrong with you?
He judging. He judging. You know he judging.
I'm actually
He judging.
Let's move on.
Was that more heartwarming than DMX showing his love for Rakim?
I don't fuck with too many of you. That niggas, huh? For real. Crazy, yo. And we got the bang in the song out right now. And we got the bang in the song out. It's real. Let's get this, man. Let's get this. I want to take a picture. I don't even be smiling, bitch. I'm cheating like fuck. For real.
DMX, man. What did Rakim mean to you in hip hop? What does he mean to you?
Rakim, growing up, right, there was always a conflict on who was the best rapper. It was between Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. I always went with Rakim. Always, you know what I'm saying? Brother was serious, you know what I'm saying? He didn't compromise his lyrics, you know what I mean? Went hard and didn't even curse. That's the shit that go to hell like, wow, this nigga spit some gangster shit, didn't even curse. You know, Kane got on this sexy chocolate princess talking and shit. I mean, I just lost that right. Too much. I always roll with you, man. Always, man. Your biggest fan. I spit the whole motherfucking microphone beat right now.
He went up.
That makes me so sad though. Like I think I would go with that one just because, but it just.
Yeah,
I love to see people show love.
I
love to see people show love to other people, and like that just makes me sad.
But it was cool to hear him. Like his voice is just so funny that he talks exactly like he raps.
Exactly. Could you imagine DMX at the McDonald's drive-thru? Hey, yo, what the number one?
Like, you can never hide who you are when you're DMX. Like people always know who you are. So, two heartwarming videos. I'm not gonna make you guys choose, but just wanted to put that out there. What deserves the bigger damn?
I like that.
Okay.
Ben Diesel was in that. Ben Diesel was whipping that thing fast 7.
Okay.
Or
this 13.
This that happened in the African Sahara. If you didn't see what happened, this is what happens when an antelope runs one way and a lion runs the other. Right in front of the Humvee, too. Look how close these people are. Like they're lions running right in their face.
Something happened up under the Humvee because you see all the little dust flying up close to the Humvee. We had to go. See, we got no.
Which one? Bigger damn.
I gotta say the first one.
I mean, the first one.
I mean, that car is torn up. I know that car is like. I know all it turned into a spaceship. Like literally, all the lights lit up. But that was cool.
I can't understand why
you want to play the which one? The car one again?
That line.
You see it. You see it slow down. That car didn't.
Sorry, say it again. Say it again, Ty.
That car didn't get very far after that. Like it was slow. It slowed down. Right. You're done. You're in jail now.
You're in jail now.
That was wild. All right, and better pitchman. We have a show favorite here. One of our favorites. Just we always look at his eyes. Of course, his eyes are drugged out, but just look at his mouth this time.
Guys, UFC fighter versus YouTube legend. There's been a lot of smack talking around. Some of my friends in the UFC, like Jorge Masvidal, have chimed in, talking crap about Ben Askren. And do you think that Jake Paul, YouTube sensation, can take him? Honestly, pre-order this fight. Check it out. Swipe up now. It'll take you right to the page so you can do it, because I know we're going to have some fun on the 17th with this one. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Check it out.
Oof.
You don't even care.
I'm really worried about him. Like, what is up with that face?
You know what's up with it. You don't even care that we know that you're.
You know how you know he's on that narcotic? When he speaks, that jaw get the locking in the back.
Don't it?
All that happening.
Don't it?
That's narcotic.
Coke, acid, black magic.
And he sounds like a poor imitation of Donald Trump. Like, I don't like that.
It does. It's like such a ripoff. It's bad. Is he a better pitch man than this lady? I apologize in advance.
This week's journey to find the best sandwiches, I had to Anthony and Son Panini Shop in Brooklyn, New York. I had to try their Paisan sandwich, which has every Italian meat, chicken cutlet, mozzarella cheese, tomatoes, arugula, balsamic vinegar, and sweet peppers. This sandwich was ginormous and it had the perfect meat to bread ratio. The chicken cutlet was so good, plus the sweetness with the peppers and balsamic. I loved the arugula too. Could not get enough, absolutely delicious. Definitely can't wait to come back. Gotta give it a 9.25 out of 10.
For research purposes, what's her TikTok?
I just want to talk to her in a way that an engaged man would talk to a woman who can make a Sprite can disappear in her mouth.
Yeah, steak sub disappear in her mouth. Like, what?
Lord.
Wow.
Jesus.
A better pitchman, Donald Trump Jr., who Vance says he aspires to be that. Or his other opinion, ooh, that mouth.
I'm going with mouth.
I'm going with Mouth Almighty.
I am engaged. I am going with Donald Trump Jr.
I would buy that chicken cutlet though. It did look pretty tasty.
Listen, I'm trying to figure out where that cut. I love me a good chicken cutlet.
I don't want nothing with all those meats on it. I'm good.
And since I didn't have time to do Dex's BS report song, I have an additional Jizza and Jason and Company clip, more disrespectful. There's no words.
I'll get started with half a cup of mayo. And one of my honest to goodness favorite things about Midwestern cuisine is how many salads are held together with mayo. Next, a quarter cup of sour cream, which will add some fluffy sourness. And I'm just eyeballing all this in. You really can't go wrong. 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of sugar for some sweetness, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar will brighten things up, and I'll season with salt and pepper. I'll whisk this together. Popcorn salad is one of those classic Midwestern dishes that you would often find in a church basement potluck. And it's typically made of veggies, popcorn, and mayonnaise. I know some people who put fish in theirs. And you don't think it's gonna work, but then you taste it and it's really good. I love that cheesy seasoning. I'll dump this into my serving bowl. I'll just pile it in. This is gonna look so fun on the table. And then to finish it, I'll top it with my reserved celery leaves and a pile of watercress. The watercress will add a peppery kick and just a beautiful pop of green on top. I'll chop off the stems. I'll pile on the full leaves. And then my celery leaves. See, it looks like you're gonna get a salad, but you look underneath and you see a pile of popcorn. That is my kind of salad.
I have to stand. I love it. Because the part that I love the most about it, she's so confident. She thinks she do something. I love it.
Let me tell y'all something. I get to y'all church and that's what y'all got. I'm flipping the whole damn table, okay?
Where are they from again?
Huh?
Where's she from? Where she say she was from?
The Midwest. Popcorn salad.
Is that a thing? Like not to be like
it is.
No, it ain't.
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Yeah, I'm with
I was
you.
just wondering, like, before I make fun of it, I need to see who actually does that before.
Sure. It's on Food Network, so
I don't want to.
I bet it is on Food Network. I bet it is.
That didn't look the best, but
I don't want anything that mixes mayonnaise and sour cream together.
Ooh, wee!
I'm good.
And popcorn, like disgusting.
Popcorn, mayonnaise, sour cream. I do feel like I'm going to bring my stomach up, but it might be good. Who knows?
And Dijon mustard.
Dex, can you try it for us and let us know?
And watercress, like you just did any.
Okay, would y'all do a challenge where like this weekend we have to make a popcorn dish when we get to the show next week?
I'm not doing that.
You know about your business, boy.
Like that dish really seems like a joke.
We should make popcorn salad next week.
You can get on with that.
Make it live on the show. Vote yes in the comments if you want us to do this. If you get more than 10, we're doing it.
Yeah, y'all doing it. Y'all can get on. I'll be off next week.
I mean, anybody can pour a whole bunch of
mayonnaise, sour cream, relish. What did she put in there? Relish? Was that relish?
I'll throw a couple pickles in mine. I like to have a couple pickles in mine.
She said some people throw fish in fire.
Fish. Disgusting. Fish.
I have all those ingredients that she mentioned.
Oh God, help me!
I have those ingredients right now, so I really could go downstairs and make that.
Let's do it.
We gotta get started. Was that more disrespectful than this man calling a little Bow Wow a girl?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Channel Zero with little Bow Wow. How you doing? Look at her. She's so cute. Girl, you so. Hey. Are you? Are you for? Oh, he is. He dope. Hey, what's up with you, man?
Oh my God.
See, that's wrong for several reasons. They're like
he's a nigga, man.
They're a nigga, man. They're a nigga, man.
Oh, you gotta play it again. You got it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Channel Zero with little Bow Wow. How you doing? Look at her. She's so cute. Girl, you so. Hey. Are you? Are you for? Oh, he is. He dope. Hey, what's up with you, man?
I can't.
But you know what's crazy though? That's sad that happened to a child, but like looking at adult Bow Wow, it was deserved. Like this is the type of humbling that boy deserved at that time and currently right now too. Little mama. Little mama.
But more disrespectful, realistically, the popcorn. Like, because that looks like a joke.
I don't know. If you call my little 9-year-old son a girl, I might slice your throat.
If I do my son's hair in pin curl, you think he's a girl.
Well.
If I do some pigtails, and you think he's a girl, I mean, like you can't tell some kid's gender at that age, realistically. It depends on how their parents dress them.
Shut mouse.
She really said.
That's why it's been short for Sade.
Some people put fish in it.
I'm going to make mine the way she made it there. I want you to make yours with the fish.
I wish I would waste my good fish on playing with y'all.
You got to get a can of sardines for that.
You didn't say what type of fish. You just said some people put fish in it.
Like, it's fish.
What kind of fish?
It's fish.
Oh God,
tuna.
Is that supposed to be like a dip? If you get a tortilla chip and dip it in a popcorn dip,
just open a can of tuna and you put it with the juice in it. And you just move your hands around in it.
Like, do you like when you're eating it? Do you like get a handful of it? Do you like is it a dip?
Like, nobody eats that, not even her. So we would never know.
He said,
"Took a bite out of it." And her friends. I gotta show y'all the full clip because I didn't want to play the 4-minute clip. But her friends was like, "Oh, it's surprisingly yummy.
It looks really fun on the table."
Yeah, that's it. Okay, Dex. Do
you gonna introduce it, or you just gonna like?
You want to hear a whole song?
He hasn't introduced any segment. He's just been throwing us out here. Like, go.
He introduced Q&A. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm exhausted.
All right, Dex's BS report. I told 3 stories. 2 of the stories are true. One of the stories is false. It's up to these guys and you guys in the comments to decide which story is true, what story is false. All right.
I just wanted to give you something. You felt kind of empty, so I just
we didn't really need the music today, but okay. All right, there is a family that is going through a situation right now, which is a divorce, and the husband is deciding that he's going to need a nanny to help him take care of his kids. The only requirement is $100,000 for a nanny, but there's a catch, and the catch is the nanny has to be discreet and be willing to sleep with the husband. Up in the air, there's mystery flights going on right now. So it's called Qantas Air, and they're the latest airline to offer undisclosed flights to undisclosed locations. So you pay them, and then you get on this flight, and then they will tell you where you're going to go, when you arrive at the place. So they tell you, they give you hints of how you should pack, but it's up to you when you get there to, really enjoy yourself. So maybe you might be going to Florida, you might be going to Guantanamo Bay. You never know.
That's old Spirit been doing that. Nobody knew where it was going on Spirit.
The CDC has also declared racism a threat that affects the health of our entire nation. All right, guys, that's Dex's BS reports for the week. What's true? What's false?
That's CDC.
The CDC is false. Oh, please.
CDC is true. The CDC is true.
Jason, what do you think?
I think the first story is false.
Okay. Jason is correct, guys. Like the first story is 100%. Well, it's not 100% false.
The last story is 100% false too.
The crazy part about it, though, like it came up on all these sites. Like this family is offering $100,000 for a nanny, but there's a catch. And I'm reading through the story, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so good. There's literally nothing there. Like there's no catch. It's just like they just have to be discreet and do their job. It's so stupid.
Them kids bad as hell. That's the
but that CDC situation is real. So if you racist, you're not gonna die because they be living to be 99 years old. So I don't really know how that's a hazard to your health.
I know how it's hazard to your health. You come over here with it.
Come on here. I know how it's hazard. Come on.
All right. That's Dex's BS report for the week.
And as you guys know, we like to wrap our show up with our seats. So, gentlemen, please share your seats for this week.
I have one actually. So my seat for this week. So last weekend I was driving to the mall actually, and as I'm driving, a pickup truck is behind me, and a rock falls off the back of the truck and shatters my windshield. And the seat is because I'm sure that's happened to other people, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Like that happens to you, and you just have to sit in your car and be like, okay, well, I guess I got to get this fixed tomorrow, and you have to pay for it. The universe or the car, whoever has to be seated for that, because like I should have been able to get that car's license plate, and they should have covered that for me, but that's not how it happens.
Dex, you actually need to see for that one because that's actually incorrect. If it's a like government truck or it's a government vehicle, or if it happens on like during construction, you can sue.
No, it wasn't like that. It was just a regular road, and there was a car that was carrying other cars on it, and a rock fell off of it and shattered my windshield.
They could have paid for your windshield. That trucking company would have paid for your windshield. It happened to me on 95, and the trucking company paid for that windshield. Dex, why you don't be calling me Dex? Like you need to. When you had that roach in your food on City Avenue.
Dex, when you're going through something, you got to call your work husband.
Dex, you was eating roaches and you ain't tell your husband?
He was selling them sandwiches.
I'm so depressed right now because like really, Will, like I thought I handled that situation so well because when it happened, I was just like, damn, that really sucks. But you know what? I'll take care of it. I really thought there was nothing you could do about that. Like I feel stupid now. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something. See, that's because I'm used to cussing people out. There's no way a rock is falling or hitting my windshield because of your truck, and I'm about to pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 for this windshield. Absolutely not.
You gonna pull up behind him and get that license plate?
Oh, I already got the license plate.
The license plate was right there. It wouldn't have been hard to get the. You know what I'm gonna do? I shouldn't admit this out loud on the show, but tomorrow I'm gonna go on the road, and I'm gonna get behind a truck, and I'm gonna say they did it.
Problem solved. And all you got to do is call up and come, excuse me, I don't understand why this truck company, they hit my windshield with this rock, and they're going to ask you when you were going, where you were at, where you were with the company, and that's all you got to do is have all that at the same time. Like and they go, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, we're sorry. We'll cut you the check.
It's an illegal life hack that Bro Talk Live is promoting right now.
It's very legal because I'm not paying for my windshield. Y'all just messed my windshield up. I'm not paying for that.
I'm so upset right now, y'all. Like I didn't think there was anything we could do about that. I thought that was just kind of your shit out of luck. Like it happened. Wow.
You shit out of luck.
The views of hold up, camera on me. The views of Dexter Stuckey and William Mayer do not represent the entirety of Bro Talk Live. They are adhesive to them and them alone.
Excuse me, put the view. I'm not saying nothing illegal. That's true. If somebody damages your windshield,
that said something illegal that he was going to go back and blame it on somebody else. That's
that's their business. The views of Dexter Stuckey do not reflect the views of me. Okay,
I am doing it though. I'm not lying. I promise you, I'm going to do it.
Plausible deniability. I have no idea what he's talking about. Okay.
Dex, it's like you can. So you don't know who the truck was at this point.
I mean, and now, no, I don't have like the picture or nothing. But like at the time, I literally was behind the truck for I was behind the truck and I could have gotten it. I just didn't think that you could do anything about it.
You didn't pull him over and put blood in his mouth like that. You ain't do nothing.
It wasn't his fault. Like it wasn't like they did it on purpose.
So you live and you learn. You move on. Next time you'll get the license plate because you'll realize that you're going to have to pay.
I sure will. Tomorrow.
All right.
Anyone else have a seat?
No.
I definitely coming prepared.
Real quick, I want to tell this seat/story since you guys don't have seats. So this weekend I was with one of my elders. I'll say that because I don't want to identify this person. And I was driving this person home. And I got in the car. You know how you plug in your car and like your music automatically turns on.
Right.
And so I was listening to a little DMX over the weekend, you know, as a tribute. And but normally as soon as my daughter gets in the car, I like turn off any like crazy rap music and put like her little stupid songs, Wheels on a Bus, blah, blah, blah. So like I plug my phone in, my daughter's in the car, I have my elder, and she goes, like it literally played like one DMX bar. Like, you know, it might have been a crazy bar, you know, find you in the trunk, you know how he was. And so I unplug it and she goes, y'all listen to all that music with these children in the car. And, you know, it was my natural inclination to be like, explain myself because I have like a respect for my elder. I'm like, oh no, I don't normally do that. It was an accident. I was putting her music on, blah, blah. And so I drove her home. I dropped her off. And then I was just like, you know how you're driving. And I was thinking, I'm like, wait the hell a minute. The nerve of her to tell me, this woman used to curse me out as a kid. Like, y'all motherfuckers, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you have the nerve to sit up here and tell me, because my daughter heard 3 seconds of DMX, is like she used to go in on us. So I'm like, that generation, y'all got to get it together.
Yeah, but Ty, the 3 bars that your daughter heard was probably all you men that have been in jail before suck my dick. So the person was probably like, oh,
no, like, this is the person who I'm not gonna say.
You know how they be though. It's a kind of a do what I say, not as I do kind of situation.
Like you had a big part in raising me, and I'm like the North remembers.
The North remembers.
So you're not going to tell me anything about raising children. You're just not going to do it. And that's my seat.
Yeah, I'm surprised you let it get that far. I wouldn't have let it get to the car.
I need to call her up and tell her about herself.
Just a really quick seat to the person who was in a car with me when that happened to me. I'm not going to say their name, but like I just feel like you probably should have done something to kind of alleviate the situation. Now that we know what could have happened and you didn't do anything, so you have to be seated.
Amen.
Were they right with you? Like, oh, nothing we can do.
Didn't say a word. Like, I think that they thought that I was going to go off, and I didn't. And I think they were just like, well, if you don't care, I don't care.
They were looking out the window. They were looking out that window.
They looked out the window. I mean, Will, they really just turned, look out the window. She didn't care. Like she was
like it never happened.
We're getting closer. We're getting a little closer.
I mean, they.
Next time, call up your work husband. Like, this is how you handle something.
I be trying to get Dexter. I really be trying to get Dexter together. That one time he had an incident at Fridays or something.
Well, stop saying I had the issue at Fridays. That was not me. We talked about that on Bro Talk. That was
AT&T. I think you had an issue with AT&T, and you called me, and I cussed them out for you, and they gave you some money back.
Dex, how mad would they be if you were in a situation with them and you pulled out your phone and was like, Will, like that person wouldn't be very happy.
They would be like, what you calling him for? What you calling him for? What he gonna do? More than you?
You gotta watch those work husbands and wives.
Well, they'll get you.
Yeah.
Dex will be posting the bow wow video online for everyone who wants to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
a little bit later. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. Ty, did you want to wrap up your segment before I just snatch?
No, we're good, guys. We're gonna flow right out of here.
Okay, amen. For Dex, who is now what's wrong?
You went 34 minutes over today. You think that's cute?
I went 34 minutes over. I went. That's what
y'all troopers been sticking around. It wasn't me.
You didn't get the Q&A till 56. I was like, what? So I cut it.
Right.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Are we doing anything special?
Everything we do is special, Jason.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
We're going to figure out something special to do for the fans and for the viewers and for the people who support us.
Hold on a second. Here's what the fans and viewers can do for us.
What?
Ask not what you can do for. Ask not what we can do for you, but what we can do for us. We need
you
y'all.
can't even get it out. You're messy. You can't even get it out.
No, seriously, we need y'all to like, subscribe, and share. Do y'all be sharing this? Y'all don't be sharing this. Like, why we share this?
They like us to themselves, like their own little.
Right. No,
They do like us to
no, we're
themselves.
trying to be world famous. This, like y'all talking about, y'all trying to keep us to yourselves.
Next week,
yourself. Sniggle and giggle. Y'all sit up there laughing at stuff that ain't even funny for real. We funny.
Realistically, if y'all shared this show and I became famous, do you know how much more entertaining I could be if I didn't have my job holding it down?
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen. All right. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that views. Just let's get that out there. We are going to do something fun for the summertime.
Don't do that.
I see what you did there.
That should have been the winner. Oh, what did win March Madness? I didn't check the poll.
Summertime.
No, that wasn't even in the finals. It was Poison versus Back That Ass Up.
Since I'm now on the spot, I'm just gonna check it real quick as if I'm the only person.
Last time I looked, it was like
I'm the only person who has the logins.
I think it was Back That.
Just come to work unprepared. You're not.
Poison. Back That Ass Up won in a landslide, almost 70%.
I guess nobody took
the 90s was made in 1999. Congrats, you guys made a great decision on that.
They made a terrible decision when they didn't put in all about the Benjamin. So we were lost cause.
Okay. All right. For Dex, for Ty, for Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk. You guys got anything to say to the peoples?
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
All right. We are.